A lot of things have been happening lately from the courtroom of our very leader Ohamadike Buruburu, which has become one of the seemingly unproductive means that people are using to disfigure themselves in a bid to hide some secrets. Now, I'm in Barrister Efan Ejimofor page, and I'm going to be revealing a lot of things that the US government have ordered that should be done. He said Buhari has normalized injustice, hypocrisy against Southeast. A lot of things was going on in Southeast yesterday where over 40 men, armed Fulani men, who came into a community and wiped a lot of people in Enugu State. Now, you see, whatever that is giving these Fulani men courage will be the end as soon as possible, because you cannot continue to ransack a community that has committed no crime against you. Yet, when Enugu women came out to protest, the military men came to stop such protests. But when they were busy killing Igbo youth in Enugu, no military man, none, came out to interfere or intervene in such acts. Buhari and his team has refused to obey court orders, and the US government is telling them to obey court order and free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No more room for selective and lopsided justice. They said if we don't tell our story, eventually it would glorify the hunters. It will glorify the hunters. The freedom of Onyedu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is sacrosanct, and the time is now. We move. We are finally heading to that very point, that very road of big winning, big beginning. No room for lopsided justice. We cannot continue to tolerate such things. We must make everything possible to make sure that our leader is free, and free indeed. Because the call for this mesmerizing, whatever the case may be, how they want to put it, how they wish to do it, and all that is getting out of hand. And if things are not corrected, if things are not fixed the way they should fix it, people will continue to mess up the system, and that is not what we are in for. Our world is already filled with a lot of injury. People died so much in Enugu yesterday. It trended on Twitter. Thank God for the first time something that happened in the Southeast was able to trend on Twitter, at least for some hours. People was able to know, people was able to see the injustice that is being perpetrated against the Biafrans. They will do everything they want to do. They can say whatever they want to say, but the truth be told, that you see, this Biafran actualization is something that will eventually happen. It will eventually happen. When it does happen, those who fought it, those who think that the contract they signed with the white boys that Africa shouldn't rise no matter what. That is why when the amalgamation of Nigeria happened, no black man was sitting on the table. Africa should never be allowed to rise. Go and read your history. That was the contract that was signed. So when you see some Africans behaving the way they behave, don't blame them. They have eaten from the pot of hell. That is why their brain is actually malfunctioning. You can't tell me that APC as as a as as a government have ruined Nigeria for over 7 years, and we still have people that are busy jumping with a play card that APC should come back for another 8 years. That shows the kind of mindset of Africa, the level of mindset of Africans. You see, and you say that APC should come back. Your life had become miserable for 7 years. You couldn't get fuel. There's no light. You can't buy food. The common things that you could do for yourself, you can't do it, and you are still jumping around, posting APC videos, wishing that they come back. That is to tell you how the mindset of an African man is. They put their belly first before their brain. That is why when they do the things they do, when they try to, you know, analyze whatever they are trying to analyze, everything goes gaga. My visitation with Mazenam the Kanu today lasted longer than before, hence this late update. The time devoted was necessary to cover the many unfolding issues of the moment. A lot of ground was covered, and I departed with the feeling that Enyendo is in control of the situation. And we have now served on the DSS a final administrative demand to release Mazen Kanu in line with the 26th October judgment of the Federal High Court. Umuahia failed to comply with trigger prompt judicial measures to enforce compliance. A government that runs the courts, that runs the police station, that runs the military barracks, that runs the Air Force, that runs the DSS, the SSS, and every security operative. A government. A government that controls all these things. Nobody tells them what to do. We are winning, and victory is ours. All hail Biafra.